when your food gets into.
Okay, so we do still need to do our... Yeah, and we still need to do our sim connect. So when you get in there, whenever you do, just don't touch nothing. Just make sure we start in a clean configuration. We're not gonna have any... We're not gonna have any music today, so turn that off. We're also not doing any VATSIM. Hide that. Oh no, it got the time right. Okay. I wonder if the extra day for some reason had it all screwy for me then. That must have been the reason. Very odd. Do you want to turn something off here in the... Let me know when you're in there. No rush.
Yeah.
Let's test. Miscellaneous. Is it under assistance option? City markers off. POI markers off. Fauna markers off. Airport off. Mostly because it just messes with my screenshot ability when it has stuff on the screen. I want to take nice clean screenshots without these rather, unfortunately, rather ugly markers of like, hey, that's Tokyo. It's like, yeah, I know. Thanks for ruining my picture. Okay, good. We're on Navigraph charts.
I have to drape it.
You know what it was?
No, I just had it thrown over there, but that's fine too if you want.
I thought it was draping back here.
No. I need to get a new hard drive. Fuck.
I'm just going to get the airplane loaded up on our end here. We're going to do baggage and catering and stairs. Well, we wait for the first officer to get on board.
Fashionably late, as always.
I mean, it's an airline, right?
Yeah, my Hawaiian shirt's a little wrinkled. I'm ironing it right now.
I guess we're not getting this ramp all... Oh, nope, still working on it. All right, cool.
Oh, I could step an aircraft better than that. Short leg.
I guess we're not actually at a gate. This is really odd because, like, I mean, there is a gate.
No, this is like where they park when they're not being used.
Yeah, but I don't know why it didn't put us at the actual gate, it's just strange. And I think that's why it's called a ramp, parking, and not a gate, but it didn't have any actual gates. Some of the
no,
Microsoft
ramp.
stuff is odd.
This is definitely a ramp.
Mhm. All right. Let me know when you're in your seat, so to speak.
Will do. I am stuck in customs right now. I keep trying to tell them that we're flying local. I don't need to go through customs, but they're just not having any of that.
Yeah, I think the Hawaiian shirt's making them suspicious.
Yeah, it's got to be the Hawaiian shirts, cargo pants, and dad sandals. Throwing them off. Yeah, I figured my captain's hat would be a dead giveaway, but
Well, you know, it looks a little bit like you bought it at the, costume shop, so maybe like one of those $12 ones from Amazon. I looked into them. They all looked like garbage. It's a nice livery for this Air Nippon.
pretty clean.
It's a weird name. Air Nippon? Nippon? Nippolese?
It's an acronym.
Is it?
I don't know.
I know the ANA
Never
stands
flown.
for Air Nippon Airlines or something like that. I don't know.
Might be a region. I've never flown Nippon. I've flown JAL and that, but I haven't flown these guys. I think this is a local charter.
Yeah, I grabbed this one because it had a nice livery available, and they actually fly this route, more or less. All right, that's cargo. Catering is done. Passengers are all on board. Currently sweating their ass off in the cabin because we don't have any air conditioning on yet.
Walking in.
Let me just need to go and configure your controls thing.
Oh, you brought me coffee? Thanks, man.
Of course, yeah, no problem. Okay, remember, so you need to start up your controls.
Oh, yes. Session code.
Yeah, but before you do that, even there should be a setting like for the active aircraft, and from that drop-down, you want to make sure you choose the fly-by-wire development XML.
Okay.
And then
Put the
I
session code in.
messaged you the session code, and you should be able to connect.
I'm connected.
There you are. Okay. Let's get in the cockpit and let's do a quick controls check. And this is more of a sim control check. I did fly this with BJ just a few days ago, and it worked pretty well. There were some weird issues with the park and brake, and some of the flap stuff didn't always seem to take effect, but if you look at the speed brake.
Speed brake, yeah, I moved.
Moved, okay. And what about the flaps?
Yep.
Okay, so it's weird. So BJ and I used to have issues. What about the park and brake?
Yep.
See, that never really worked between him and I. So I wonder what, Okay, well that's good. So, let's go to the, do you want me to read you off the checklist and you execute it?
I'll execute it to the best of my abilities.
That's
Gonna have to. You might have to bear with me because I don't know the.
Yeah, that's fine.
Different locations.
So our before start checklist begins on the overhead panel with all the knobs and switches and buttons and stuff.
Okay.
Right in the very middle of it, you're looking for battery 1 and 2.
Okay.
And you want to turn battery master 1 and battery master 2 both on.
Battery master.
So it's like a dark switch. The Airbus works with like switches that are dark or.
I think they're on.
Yep. What's your voltages on both of them?
27.7.
Okay. Then the external power button that says avail on it, you want to turn that on? Beautiful. In the top left, there are 3 knobs in the ADIRS panel. You want to move all 3 of them to the nav position.
Where am I seeing that?
It's like same panel, but on the upper left. So the leftmost column at the very top, there's 3 white knobs, like dials.
Oh, I see them. Moving to where?
To nav. The center, like upright. Did you do it, or?
Yeah, I turned them.
Oh, they did not change for me. Alright. Same left-hand side near the bottom is a switch called crew supply that currently reads off. You want to click that over to on.
Crew supply. Crew supply.
It's in the oxygen section. Near the bottom of the left panel of the upper panel. There it is.
Okay.
I will do the.
Did it click?
Yep. I will do seatbelt signs and no smoking to auto. You can do the beacon light. So all the lights are in the center at the bottom there. There we go. Nav lights, including the, just the nav and logo light. Basically needs to flip up. Alright. Cockpit lighting as desired. I just did that for us. Okay. Bottom center, there's the APU master switch to on, please. Okay. I am just going to keep an eye on the APU as it is spinning up. And you can now hit the APU start switch. We'll wait for the APU to come up to full power, and then we can disconnect external power, and we're on our own.
You want me to stay looking at this top panel?
Yeah, you can if you want. I'm looking at the... So, we haven't flown this one together yet, have we?
I like it, though.
So if you reset...
A lot easier to find stuff.
Yeah. Let me throw some names at you so you know what I'm talking about when I call things. So that was the upper panel, right?
Okay.
Just straight in front of you in the pilot seat, the left displays, that's your PFD. That's just the same as in most airplanes. The one beside it is the ND, the navigation display. Obviously the first officer's got the same on the other side. And then in the center, those 2 big monitors, those are the ECAM displays, upper and lower. And below the lower ECAM, there's a bunch of buttons. And I've currently... Does the screen change when I do this for you? Or no?
Do it again? Yeah, it switches.
Okay, so we're looking at the APU screen in the bottom, in the lower ECAM.
Ooh, hey, how do I switch my camera so that I can move over to the other seat?
I believe you hold shift and then use the arrow keys, like right shift, or maybe it's right shift and right alt. There are also saved camera angles, I think, that are like the control numbers, so like control 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I should have. I have like there's some nice camera presets that come with this. I don't know what they are, but they're usually so. The default camera angles are the control numbers, and then the custom saved ones are left alt and the number row.
Yeah, it's none of the control.
might not have one saved. I think for me it is, like, is it Alt-0? No. Oh no, those are my external ones. For me it's Alt-1, but that's probably honestly a custom one.
Yeah.
But you should be able to hold down right shift and right alt and then use the, not the numpad arrows, but the actual arrow keys to just slide yourself over.
Nah, it won't let me do that.
No? Okay, well you sit in the pilot seat. I'll sit in the co-pilot seat. So it's all good.
That's fine.
So you can now go back to the upper panel and turn off external power, because we are on our own power now, so.
Okay, turning off.
Sweet. So now if we actually look at the lower ECAM, and I will bring us to the electrical page, you can see the batteries, by following the green lines and stuff, they're being now fed from the APU generator. And that's our before start checklist, so now I'm going to go look at the MCDU and try to configure our flight plan.
Oh yeah, I might have to mess with this on my end, like last time.
I don't think...
Hopefully I don't have to.
I think that it worked. So, are you looking at the MCDU right now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I'm going to change screens. I think it moves for you.
Mine still says online feature warning, free enable text live map is enabled.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there it goes.
Okay, I think that you just see that for the first time. So now I went into the Atsu data link menu.
Yep, I see it.
All right, AOC.
Mine says GPS primary lost.
That's fine. Your GPS isn't aligned yet. I think that's all, really. Did it just load a flight number, departure, destination on this screen, on the init review screen?
No, it's all blank. It's just orange squares.
Okay. So this might be the one thing that we might have to do. How do I get there again?
It's the same thing as last time. We have to plug it in.
Yeah, but I don't think you actually have to. I'm just gonna, because it will change settings for you. I just have to go and do it once. Sim brief. Is your sim brief username pilot ID? Is it blank?
Yeah, it's all blank.
Now it's got a value?
Yep, 360140.
Perfect. I think that should be all we need.
GPS primary.
Yeah, so that means you have GPS now. Let me try to do this init data request again.
ANA 65, RJTT, RJCC, 9.5, 0121.
Perfect. And that's all good. So now we're going to request the weather information for our JTT. That many T's. And we'll send it, and we'll wait for that to come back in a minute. And in the meantime, we will set up our performance and weight balance. We're just going to click that button and this.
Wow, we're hauling 180 passengers? Holy shit.
Yeah, we're full up today.
A lot of people want to go to Hokkaido for some reason.
So right now, the init screen should have all like orange or brown boxes, right? Like empty fields. So init request. It should now have filled it in. Perfect. 0 fuel weight filled in. Fuel planning block 5.0 confirmed. Flight plan. Do you have values? RJTT, Nx, Bruce, Agris, Yeta, Shiro,
YTE, Honka, looks like it's all there.
Okay, let's let me go plug in our departure. Our departure is going to be runway 22. We are flying the Linux 3 departure. Insert. And I will plug in our, usually don't do that until later, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to plug in our arrival as well, so that we can sort out any potential issues now rather than in the air. And by issues, I mean like flight sim issues. So they're usually pretty good. We're going to be landing on runway 19 left, Yankee, ILS, Yankee, runway 19 right. This one. With the Nagin's arrival. Nagin S arrival. I'll insert that. So, if you look up at the ND, and I'm going to switch the mode from ARC to plan mode, we should have a nice line here that I'm going to step us through. So we're flying like due south. We're making this turn. This is when we turn sort of just in front of Mount Fuji. And then we head back up north. I'm just looking for any weird gaps in this line. Or any weird loops or anything that doesn't look right. This gives us a nice approach. That all looks good to me.
Yeah, look good on mine.
Alright. Good stuff. I can switch this back to ARC mode. And you're free to change. So that what I changed there was there's the two knobs sort of at the top there near the autopilot next to the QNH reader that control the range and the mode of the ND. Once we're in flight, you're free to change the left ones here to whatever you want, because I'll be sitting over on the other side and I can set those separately and set them myself.
Okay. I was just going to leave it as it is.
One more thing we should now have back on the MCDU, we have our weather report, which I will print. And then go to the performance page. Now let's see if this works. What error? Flaps 1. Okay, maybe that's what was missing last time. Yeah. I know what I was doing wrong last time. I was trying to put in flaps 5 or 10 like the degrees, but this one just goes on like 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we rotate at 134. So we're all set up there. We have our weather report. Just turning the fly pad on, but that's basically our flight plan is all set up now. We can get ourselves ready for engine start. Ooh. Is something sitting on? Huh. Okay, never mind.
Oh, was your shit going crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at it, I was like, something weird's happening on this tablet.
Yeah, it's like it kept typing the numbers over again. Okay, that's weird. Okay, but I think we're good. So we're all set for that. I will do the... If you look in the pedestal, so the pedestal is the thing, the console, right? In the very back left of the pedestal, there's a cockpit door switch. You want to flip that backwards to the lock position to lock our cabin.
Locked?
Yep, and just ahead of that, just ahead of the speed brake is a small toggle that says PWS. You want to flip that to the right to auto.
PWS auto. Okay.
That's our predictive wind shear. And now we can go back to the upper...
Oh, shit.
What was that?
Sorry.
Okay.
It was the turbo. I moved it back to where it was.
The turbo.
Or mode or whatever. Next to PWS, I accidentally...
Oh. I don't even know what that does. Up on the upper panel, we want to turn APU bleed on, which is just above, like in the center where the APU switches are, but just above the probe window heat. There we go. And fuel pumps, you see at the top, there are 6 lights that certainly say, well, in white lettering, off. You want to switch all 6 of those to on. The Airbus operates in this principle of, like, lights are bad, so like switches that are basically dark are in a good position, like on. It's a little bit strange, but it's actually kind of neat when you think about it. It's like whenever there's a light, it's probably not normal. So, all right, so that's our fuel pumps on, which means we are ready for engine start, which I will.
Doing this slow and methodically so that there's no error.
Go ahead, flight deck. We will be ready shortly.
I appreciate that. So
Roger.
we should now see it. I don't know if you're going to see this, but we'll have we have the tug moving, just waiting for them to connect to us. I will let you do the taxiing again.
I don't. What do you? What?
That worked last time, didn't it? Or we tried.
You taxied.
But that's because there were some issues with that. We're going to try it again.
I didn't try it. I didn't do it because I'm not using a stick. I'm using a mouse and keyboard.
I know, but you can still... Can you not control the aircraft like that? I don't know. How do you do it?
I don't know. I've never used mouse and keyboard.
Oh shit. Okay, well, I guess I'll
That's
taxi.
why.
We should begin...
Cockpit to ground.
moving.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes released.
Pushing back.
Moving for you?
Yeah, I'm moving.
Excellent. Let me just try, because I can never remember. Why is my rudder not working?
You are clear behind, and you can start your engines at your discretion.
My tow vehicle is not moving, but I am moving backwards.
That's all that matters.
That's all it's Well, look at all those bags that they didn't load.
Well, you know, it's a real airline. We've got about 30% of them on board.
You all saw it here. When you have a lost bag, this is why.
Okay, we should have one engine here spinning up right now. Get our taxi lights on. It's not very busy at the airport at the moment, by the looks of it. That's one good engine. You hear a bunch of switches and stuff. Get the second engine fired up.
Pushback complete. Set parking brakes, please.
Parking brake set.
Can you confirm
Roger.
parking brake
okay,
is set
the
on your
tow bar
end?
is disconnected and the equipment is clear. We will see you on the left side with the pin.
Thanks, and you can disconnect and go to hand signals.
Thanks. Have a good flight. See you later.
Okay. Ready for taxi. I will. Can you move flaps to 1? You can do that, right?
Yeah, I should be able to.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Round spoilers armed. So the speed brake, you can like pull up on it. You can click on it and pull up on the thing to arm this. Ground. There you go. Ground spoilers armed. Next to the upper ECAM, there is auto brake. There's 3 switches, low, medium, max. We want to set auto brake to max.
Hold on, ECAM?
Yeah, so the center display.
Oh, auto brake, okay. Set them all?
To max.
I've set all max. On. Just max, right?
Yeah, I think that one doesn't sync, so I've set it to on my end anyway. Let me just do the TCAS. Okay. Before taxi checklist is complete. I'm just having a look as to where I need to taxi. Straight ahead and then that way. So I'm going to release the parking brakes and apply a little bit of throttle. And we should start moving here. Oh, the other thing you can do while I do this, you can turn APU bleed off.
Okay.
And then the APU master switch off as well.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you. The lights no longer work, eh? I'm just kind of veering all over the place here, sorry. That works.
Okay, you're warming up the tires.
Yeah, that's right. These rudder pedals are incredibly touchy. I probably should at some point, like, tweak them a little bit. We just check our departure chart here because I want to see what altitudes, if we have any altitude restrictions below, we do actually. 5,000, wait, which departure are we flying again? Let me know if I'm running off into the grass anywhere. Linux 3. Linux 3, so that's... Okay, I think we'll go to 9,000 initially. Hobbs, Bassa, which one is Hobbs, Bassa? Yeah, okay. So we will climb to 9,000 feet initially. So in the autopilot panel at the top there, there's an altitude thing. That was one of the things that did not sync well for BJ and me when we did that. The altitude one, I've set it to 9,000. What?
Yeah, it's 9,000 on mine.
Okay, good. I wonder if BJ had something misconfigured in his, like his Euro controls thing or something, because I think with the exception of the auto brake, everything is working here. Like everything that I've hit and you've hit has synced perfectly. BJ and I had some issues like that, especially around the altitude where that wouldn't update for him. So I feel like there's maybe he didn't have the right like plane configuration loaded or something. I'm not sure. This is kind of weird as we're kind of taxing. I don't think we should be taxing through this parking lot. If I'm taxing through an airplane on your screen, that's just on your screen. I promise you I'm not doing that on my end.
No, it's wide open on my end.
I got lots of planes on the ground here, but alright, our runway should be straight ahead. It's a big, big airport, man.
Yeah.
Okay, our before takeoff checklist. In the upper panel, bottom left-hand side, is there are cabin call buttons. You want to push the one for forward or all.
Push all or forward?
Either one. I think forward works best.
Okay.
That's just to let the cabin crew know that we're ready. We'll do the takeoff config test. That's passed. Yeah. Did you hear that little announcement?
That was cool.
Yeah. Taxi lights go off, landing lights on. Yeah, that's like the I guess the captain letting the crew know that we're getting ready for takeoff here. I think we are all set. Just get us lined up. Before takeoff checklist is complete. After takeoff, I think you can do the gear and the flaps and all that stuff when I tell you to, because that seems to work fine.
Yeah, did you want me... The flap's still at 1, right?
Flaps are at 1. I'll let you know when the flaps need to go up. I'll let you know. So the only things that need to happen after takeoff is the gear goes up and the flaps come up. Gear, I'll let you know. Flaps, I'll let you know as well.
Cool.
But we are good to go. Any last minute concerns?
Nope.
All right. Engines to 50%. Stabilized and full power. V1 continue and rotate. Positive rate of climb, gear up please. Nice. And we can retract flaps.
Flaps up.
Autopilot engaged. You can disarm the ground spoilers.
Okay.
Thrust climb, so auto thrust is in climb mode. Oh, I forgot about the strobes. That's right. It's one thing missing from my checklist. I turned it on now. It's all good. It's just a light.
Doesn't mean anything.
I wonder if Mount Fuji is going to be covered behind those clouds there. Guess we'll see.
Wait, so the beacon is still on.
Beacon is on, yeah. It was the strobes that were not on.
Do we need the wing light on?
Yeah.
No,
No, the wing light, no.
Oh.
Okay. Autopilot is climbing us up to 9,000 feet initially.
Man, this aircraft is loud.
But it sounds cool.
Oh no, yeah, it was creeping me out a little bit when we were, like, taking off, because I could hear this dum dum dum.
Oh, I love that sound. Yeah, the wheels on the runway, the sounds awesome. So we'll climb up to 9,000.
This is how it ends.
And then flight level 150, flight level 170. As soon as we get close to 9,000, we'll climb. We'll just climb up to 17,000 feet, because that's what we need to be to make sure that we're not, you know, gonna hit Mount Fuji.
We're not gonna hit it. I think we're gonna like start turning in front of it.
Yeah, we are. But so I'm gonna put in 17,000. Can you confirm the altitude change for you?
17, yep.
Nice. This is probably my favorite airplane to fly now. I used to, in the beginning, like everybody's always flying this and streaming this now, but I was never quite sure why until I actually did this myself, and it's just such a fun airplane to fly.
I like it. It's very nice.
And the autopilot is like, it's very smart. Like the way the throttle works, it's really nice. The only thing this thing doesn't do yet, it does not do RNAV approaches yet, so like GPS approaches instead of ILS approaches. I don't know why, but they haven't managed to get that into the mod yet. But that's okay. Most of the airports you fly this to would have an ILS approach available anyway. You can turn the landing lights off if you'd like, including the nose light.
It's the nose light.
It's just to the right of that. It's in the TO position right now. There you go.
Turn it off, right?
Yes.
Like off?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was on. Yeah, there's a
I
taxi
can
setting.
retract landing lights?
I don't know what.
Well, I'm doing it.
I didn't know that they actually extended in this in the Airbus, but maybe they do. Can you see Mount Fuji anywhere? Oh yeah, I see it. Just peeking out over the clouds there. We might want to change the weather at some point so we can see it better if you want to get a bit of better view, but we'll see.
Oh, I see it right over there.
17,000. What is our cruise altitude set for? 37.
I wonder how much the game would hate it if I tweaked graphic settings right now.
I don't know. I've never done that in mid-flight.
You know what? I'm just not going to touch it.
It seems safer not to.
Just in case.
Yeah. You can turn the seatbelt signs off if you like.
Sure. Are they on the top or the bottom?
They are same row where the landing lights were, just on the right-hand side.
Oh, there it is.
Thank you.
There we go.
The passengers can go
Oh,
to the
no smoking
toilet.
on. Turn that on.
I think it's on auto, which means it's always on. But it doesn't tell us. Otherwise, it's just a thing in the... Yeah.
Oh, I see. It is on auto. Yeah, okay.
I don't know what the difference between auto and on is. I feel like auto used to be like it's only on during landing and or above certain altitudes or something, or below certain altitudes, but obviously there's no smoking. If you
Yeah,
paid
I don't even know why
attention,
they
if
keep
you hadn't missed the
installing them.
pre-flight briefing, you would know this. You know.
What are you talking about?
So
I'm
there's no
totally here.
smoking, not even in the lavatories.
Only in the cockpit.
There's no rules in the cockpit.
Nope.
Yeah, I am going to clear the weather. I'm going to clear the clouds. You can leave them if you like. I'm going to set the scattered clouds to few clouds.
How do you do that?
The top, if you move the mouse to the top of the screen, you get like a little weather icon there. You can change the weather and everything.
Few clouds?
Few clouds, yeah. No
Oh,
clouds is
there
like
we go.
boring in my opinion, but
That looks better. It says I can click the coffee. What happens if I click the coffee?
can you? Oh, you can make it go away. Yeah, it just disappears.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. There are like 100 coffee cup textures, paint jobs available online too. It's great. I usually have in the liveries I fly regularly, I put a Tim Hortons mug in. You know, this one I didn't do that because I forgot. But I've only...
Everyone knows coffee tastes better at 20,000 feet.
I don't know, I guess. I would think it has to. I mean, if I'm a pilot and I'm in this position now and the autopilot's controlling the plane, I'm having my coffee right now. I mean, I'm having my coffee in real life out of a Tim Hortons mug. The only downside is it's cold.
Well, we are over 20,000 feet up in the air. It's cold up here. Immersion.
Yeah.
Stewardesses, the stewardesses and stewards are not doing their job.
Oh, there's Mount Fuji just off to our left. Like at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love flying this plane. It's...
Oh, this is a really nice plane.
It is so versatile, and the systems work really well. Like, it just works.
Todd Howard would be proud. It just works. I hope to one day come back here in real life.
You were there on, like, a trip from Korea? Or...
Yeah, Rachel had a training to go to, and we flew there for the first time, and then the second time we just went because we wanted to go back. Now we really want to go back and live there.
Right. View, and this would be the time to do an announcement to the cabin. If you look out the left side of the aircraft, you'll get a beautiful view of Mount Fuji.
I'm working on that pilot voice, ain't you?
You should look now before we make our turn due north, because in a moment we're going to be making that turn and then you won't see it again.
Some say a massive kaiju lives within Mount Fuji. Also, as a little known fact, that kaijus do not like Hawaiian shirts, which is why I'm wearing one, so you're welcome for your safety.
I'm grabbing some nice screenshots, you know.
Oh, the sounds in this mod. It's oddly therapeutic.
I think so too. I have some camera angles set up in this as well that like I can just look out of the left window. Oh, I can still see a little bit of Mount Fuji. Oh yeah, that's a good screenshot right there. And looking out of the right window, just over the engine. There's actually like a file you can download from flightsim.to that has custom camera angles like this for every aircraft, and you just drop them into like a place. It overwrites any custom entries you already have, but it's yeah, I don't know. It makes for nice nice positions to especially for a stream. Like, it's not always super interesting to just be looking at a cockpit, because you know some airplanes, especially, you don't actually get great views out of a cockpit. This one is actually not too bad. It's got a pretty nice cockpit, but
yeah, it really does. I like it.
So we're well on our way to, we're just 29,000 feet.
So does this plane has the auto lander, doesn't it?
It does, but it depends on, I don't know what it depends on, what settings, the airport. I did land in Vancouver the other day with Autoland, and it did everything, and it was so nice. I'm kind of hoping we get to do that with this one.
Did it taxi you and everything?
No, it doesn't taxi you.
Oh, okay.
You still have to,
like,
I think you still have to flare as well. But that's all you have to do, is you basically just have to flare when it will tell you when, and you just flare a tiny bit, and that's it, and it sets you down. And I mean, you have to brake, even though like auto brakes are usually on. You just apply reverse thrust, and that's it. You're off to the races.
That's cool.
So yeah, I'm hoping we get to do that because it's very convenient.
The sounds put me to sleep.
I almost fell asleep flying in VR a while ago. It's just quite a while ago, but still. Oh, come on, this fucking chair. They are very soothing, which is funny because in a real plane I can never get to sleep.
I can, and especially now that I found my Bose headphones that I thought were lost.
Oh yeah. For me, it's the one thing that doesn't get simulated. It's the slight bumpiness and turbulence. Like, that's the stuff that keeps me awake.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of that. And that's, of course, you know, like, there is turbulence in the simulator and it moves you up and down a bit, but you don't actually feel that, you know, like in your belly. Like, you don't get the physical sensation of that.
That's a good thing. I hate that.
Yeah, me too.
I don't want to feel a sudden turbulent, like, just whoa.
Even though I'm sure that there are like rocker seats that you can use with this that probably could make your. I know they have it for racing sims.
But yeah, I'm sure there's something.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the Euro control stuff. Like, it seemed like it perfectly.
Yeah, it works really good.
I think the only switch that didn't seem to do anything was the ADIRs. Those didn't do anything, and the auto brake did not do anything. So we'll have to pay attention to the auto brake one again because we'll need to set that when we land, just before we land.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, if you hit it and it doesn't do it for me, I just click it. Like, it's not a big deal. It's very nice that you can do gear and flaps and stuff like that, because that's kind of helpful when I'm hand flying the plane after takeoff.
Oh yeah.
So, are you excited for the Witch Queen or whatever stuff they teased? Have you been doing any of the? What is it? Not
Solstice?
Is it Solstice? Yeah.
No. Solstice is one of those events I never partake in.
I really usually I want to get the armor and stuff, but the grind for it is so boring.
I'm not interested in the armor or any of the. I dislike the Solstice aesthetic.
I can see that. I like the glows. Sucker for glows for some reason. But they never turn out to look that good, and then I never use them beyond like a week or two after anyway, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really cared for Solstice. Never really participated in it. This was the first time I've actually ever done any of the EAZ.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah, it's pretty bland, and this year they also set it up so that, you know, the the chests aren't actually hidden at the end. They used to be hidden. It wouldn't show you where they are. You had to go find them yourself.
Yeah, I heard that.
I saw somebody tweeted something like Millennial Guardians always wanting to be shown the easy way or something like that. I kind of chuckled at that. Back in my day, we had to find those chests ourselves.
Oh, I hate that. I would hate that. But the Witch Queen stuff, I'm excited to see it. I mean, it'll be the 24th. I should be around. I'll at least be able to see like the highlight reel. I probably won't be able to watch the actual broadcast of it, but I'll be able to watch it after.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, so where are you headed?
Because I think we'll be in Michigan when. Yeah,
So
we'll
you're
be in
not
Michigan
going to
when
your
it
actual
drops.
like final home for a while yet, or?
No, so we're flying from here, and then flying from here to Baltimore, and then from Baltimore we're gonna fly to Seattle, see her mom,
Okay.
and then we're gonna drive down to Redding, California, where she's from, see her dad.
You're going to
and
drive
everything.
from Michigan to California?
No, Seattle.
Oh, Seattle. Okay. Sorry, I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
that would be
we're
kind of
gonna
fun
drive
though,
from
but it's
Seattle
an
down
adventure.
to her.
Yeah.
And then from there we're gonna fly. And after we're done there, we're gonna fly out of Sacramento to Traverse City, Michigan, up in the top of the mitten, and then go see my grandparents, and then drive down to the Thumb, see my dad's side of the family, and then fly out of Detroit, and then land in Baltimore again, and then from there we'll go to our.
So you're
place.
basically cruising on couches for a while there until you get finally get home.
Pretty much. Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. It'll be good. It'll be fun too.
Yeah. Did you read that last lore page in Destiny 2 that was unlocked this week?
Yeah, I did.
What's your theory on who the memorial is for?
Osiris.
You think it's Osiris? Yeah.
But I don't know if he's actually dead or if he just ran away again.
Well, somebody must be dead because you wouldn't have a memorial for someone who just disappeared.
True, but then again, I wouldn't put it past him too, because it could be almost like history repeating itself, because when Osiris disappeared, Saint went off to find him, and then
Yeah.
Saint ended up dying. So it could be history. It could be our timeline trying to correct itself.
My theory is, and I think I read it, I shouldn't say mine, I think somebody wrote that and I read it and I was kind of like, that seems, because it's either Osiris or Lakshmi too, right?
Oh yeah.
So I wonder if Lakshmi is the one that's dead and Osiris is the one who did her in and went on the run or disappeared, because he's not really Osiris.
Oh, maybe.
Because he's really Savathun, but
I would think that, except Lord Saladin left shells on the memorial. You know, I don't see him doing that for Lakshmi.
yeah, that's a good point. The only other person of note that wasn't mentioned was Shax, but he's been not involved in anything. So who cares about Shax?
Shax just does Shax. Shax
Yeah.
is like, I done did the Awoken Queen with the helmet on. I don't need any more. That's all I need.
But that's the kind of stuff I'm looking forward to. That's the one thing that keeps me from leaving Destiny, is because I want to know. I have questions and I want answers. And they keep
I do think
making me ask more
Savathun's gonna be
questions.
an ally, though.
Oh, really?
She's not going to be the big bad.
Oh, that's an
I
interesting
don't think she
theory.
will be. I think it's she's going to ally with us. That's my theory. Then again, I also have seen a bunch of leaks too. So
If it's not her, who is the big bad then?
maybe Zivu, Zivu Wrath, the other sister.
Interesting. Well, I just want that stuff. I don't want any more Solstice stuff. I don't want any EAZ things. Just give me new content. I don't know. I mean, I guess this season has had decent content. The last two actually had decent like story content.
Leicester was good. Chosen was good.
It's just never enough.
I
Like
did
you
not-
get a couple of weeks worth of story, right, and then that's kind of it.
I did not care for Season of the Hunt at all.
No, that one was. That one was.
I mean,
not so
I
great.
did finish it out. I finished it out, and I got the ship from the Celebrant Hunt.
Oh, I think I did too. Oh,
I didn't.
was that a
grind,
random
I barely
drop?
Played.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
It's
I
the
did the
exotic ship
Celebrant
you get from
Hunt, but
hunting the
I didn't
Celebrant.
get it. I didn't get it. No.
Well, if you want to get it, you got 40 days. Then you can do it 3 times a week.
There was a ship for sale in Eververse 2 weeks ago for Bright Dust that I missed. That is basically an F1 race car,
Oh yeah.
and I missed it, and I really wanted that. And I didn't. I the first time I saw it was on a player like earlier last week, and I inspected and then did some research. And I was like, oh man, I missed it. Shit.
The ship I want is like the last week of the season, and I have to have my buddy log into my account to get it for me.
I don't remember what I did that for, but I know I have done that for things before as well. Where it's
See,
like, I
I've
can't do
picture
this.
of
I
it.
need you to go in there, and I need you to go buy this thing.
Who's this ship at? Is it in light? I think it's light GG. I have to pull it up.
So I think the next time that I want to fly this plane shared cockpit with, well, either you later this year or BJ before then probably is I want to do it with VATSIM and real ATC. Because this plane is pretty good for real ATC because it's the kind of stuff that ATC will ask you to do, this plane can actually do. Like go direct to waypoints and all those kind of things.
Yeah. Where is this bastard at? Where is this ship? I really, really, really want this ship. Come on. That's not it. Come on. I'm getting close. There it is. The VG-17 Flying Fortress.
Oh, I think I have that.
Yeah, where?
Oh no, maybe I don't.
That's the one I want.
I feel like the name of it is much cooler than the actual look of it.
I like it. I want to put a gray shader on it.
Mm.
A gray or a dark shader. You know what the ship looks like from the Celebrant, don't you?
I don't remember right now. I'm sure that I looked at it at the time, but
Yeah, here it is. This is the Celebrant ship. It's
yeah, I was
okay.
gonna say put it in
I just
Destiny
got it
2.
because I was bored.
Oh, that one looks nice. Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah, you run it 3 times a week. 1 on each character.
The Witcher Season 2 premieres December 17th.
Ooh, very nice.
What is Xur selling today? Wings of Sacred Dawn.
Like Fighting Lion, 6 Coyote, Armentaria, and Wings.
Hmm.
I got widgets on my phone.
I have an app on my phone, but no, I don't think this one is. Is that Android?
No, it's an iPhone, but I think he's got an Android app too.
Well, I'm on iPhone.
It's just called Xur. It's the guy that did the Braytech website. I don't know if you use that.
I have the Xur app, I think. No, I have Find Xur. Is that the same one?
No, this one's the guy that I think he has it on Android, but I got widgets. I got widgets for Xur, a widget for Xur, the daily legendary lost sectors, and the mods.
Here we go. Just Xur. Okay.
It should be a green icon.
Yeah. Yep. I had a different one that also works really well, but it doesn't have widgets. It just has notifications. Kind of like the idea of widgets.
It's nice. I've been using them.
The only reason I asked if Android, because for some reason I'm still so used to when people say this has widgets, I'm like, oh, you must mean Android, right? Because that's not something iOS does, but it obviously does now, so.
We do now.
Yeah.
We finally have it.
Edit. Add. Let's see. Daily mods, lost sectors, spider. That's useful stuff if you're really into that.
Oh yeah. I check it every day for mods and stuff. There's one particular mod that I've been on my looking for, and it's a grenade charged with light mod or something. Can't remember what it's called. I need it though for my warlock.
Yeah, I just added that to the list. That's cool. I quite like that.
You should check out the Braytech website. That
Oh yeah, no, I'm familiar with it.
I love that website. It's so
Yeah,
cool.
I used to look at that quite a lot back when I would still do a lot of like weekly stuff and trying to maximize things. Like now, because they've kind of removed a lot of the grind except for the pinnacle stuff, it's a lot more straightforward as to what I need to do every week and stuff like that. So, and I use a website called Destiny 2 Optimizer or something, which is kind of nice. Yeah, it gives you the, what your max power is on everything, and so it's kind of, works well.
Hold on a second.
Yep.
Very soon. Very long period.
Yeah, but this is in Japan. We're not flying to Japan. As much as I wish we would. It's fun pushing buttons. Well, relaxing. You want actually here? You know what? Here. Like, listen to the sounds. It's weird. It's soothing.
I guess. Gonna go upstairs and take a bath.
Can you throw this away?
Is it out already?
Yuck.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm just,
What? I don't know. I guess I'll do a minute. I'm not gonna hit it too much. Unless you want to take that upstairs.
I'm gonna get in the shower. What did I do with that?
I don't know. Bring your phone in the shower. I don't fucking know. Let's see. Alright, sorry about that. What were we talking about? She doesn't get it. She doesn't understand the flight sim. She doesn't get it.
it does, like, it is one of those things. I feel like you either get it or you don't. And I understand people who don't get it. I do. I can see their point of view. And I swear to God,
She's totally
every time.
down with Power Washer Simulator. She's totally down with that.
I mean, there is just like, there's a lot of moments here where there's not much to do, but.
No, see, I like like being the co-pilot.
I do too, because I feel like most of my life is so filled with stuff where I have to constantly do stuff. And here it's kind of nice to just, I can just sit back and I know that, for the next, I guess it looks like an hour and a half until our destination. I mean, it's going to be before that. But like for the next hour, I don't have to do anything.
Yeah. I need to turn on my light though, it's dark in here.
I am sitting in the back now, by the way, so you got to keep an eye on the cockpit because I'm...
No, I'm good. I just put my seat back. I'm just kind of laying here. You got your headset on, we're good. anything
Yeah.
goes wrong.
I think so. There should be alarms or something, I'm sure. I have my eyes open. I mean, if we're going down, I can see that. I'm looking out the window.
Oh, you can you? Hold on.
No.
Stewardess just brought me a strawberry margarita. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Isn't it 5 o'clock for you? Just after or something?
No, it's almost it's 20 till 9.
Okay, yeah.
The next week, I was kind of discouraged because lately I've been in Destiny. I've been hunting the eggs, the ribbon eggs, and the Ahamkara bones.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I need 1 more Ahamkara bone and 3 more eggs. And next week, I was worried because I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to pack up my computer. I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'm gonna have to wait. And blah blah blah. And I was like, wait a minute, cross save Xbox. I'm good.
Right. I used to.
So I'm gonna knock that out, get Curse Breaker, and then Taken Sparrow.
Honestly, even like when you're on the road, it's probably almost worth Google Stadia. Destiny 2 is quite good on Stadia, especially if you're just doing kind of grindy stuff and you're not doing, you know.
Oh no, I couldn't do
in-game
like
stuff.
raids or anything.
No,
like
but like I used to. One of the reasons I kept Stadia around for a while was because I could just quickly like hop on my phone or laptop somewhere and, you know, go visit Zur and buy some shit.
Yeah. It is neat. I mean, but I think, but why would I get Stadia when I could use Xboxes?
But can you stream Destiny on Xbox?
I think you can, but I don't know if iOS is allowing it. Or something. I don't know. It's weird. Like, you can, but you can't, but you can. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's something, like, if it ever comes to pass, I can do. And NVIDIA's free, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. GeForce Now,
But
you
then
could use
again,
that.
I think Xbox has its own streaming service as it is anyway, I think. So.
Yeah, they do. xCloud.
Or so, yeah. xCloud. But yeah, that'll be nice. I'll get that other title, and I'll get that Sparrow, and then I don't find something. Oh yeah, and then I'm probably gonna. I've been trying to fill out my little bungalow in Europa with just the extra collectibles. So I've been doing that one that takes like 9 weeks to do. So I started that.
There's a lot of nice. That's one thing about Destiny. Like, if you have nothing else that you can play for whatever reason. You know, let's say that all you could play was Destiny. There's stuff to do. Stuff to collect, stuff to clean up, you know. It can keep you
how much
busy
you want
enough.
to do that is on you.
Yes,
but...
absolutely. But, like, if that's your only option, you know, there's always things you can come up with to do.
Most of the time, if I'm really, really bored and I have nothing to do, I literally just walk around patrol space and just collect mats.
Yeah. That's like the very, like, bottom of the drawer, but it still works. Like, there's...
I mean, yeah.
I mean, you can always go after the other thing that, like, I think Rumpo used to do this quite a bit when he was bored, like, just completing triumphs, you know, that you haven't completed yet. And some of them are just random, like, I just gotta kill 8,000 more Fallen. Alright, I guess I'll work on that this month. You know?
Oh, one place I like going to just mess around and, like, test weapons and stuff is on the Cosmodrome. If you go to, like, you spawn in and you turn around and go to where the tank spawns, the tank will indefinitely spawn in some cases.
Right.
So what I do is I just kill all the ads, kill the tank, and then rinse, wash, repeat over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, I just like the idea that I just killed a tank by myself. And then, you know, I get that weird little ego trip of, like, the new Guardians coming in. It's like, look, this is what you could be.
That's right. There needs to be, like, some sort of show-off emote where you can just, like, flex. I know there's the power lifter one and whatnot.
There's plenty of flexing emotes. No, but I like helping out the new Guardians. That was one of my favorite things about the Thunderlord quest.
It's one of
No,
my
wasn't that
favorite things
Thunderlord,
about
but-
Destiny in general is that you can often just help random people. And it's funny because Sean has, started playing Destiny recently, so and I kind of went through it with him, and the new player experience is still pretty crappy.
Yeah, it's
There's just so much happening. There's so much going on, and it's really difficult to understand any of it without help. But it's still kind of neat that you can just kind of wander around and help other, legitimate, like, level 2 people.
Yeah, when I did the New Light experience on my Titan, because we were able to do it, I remember the first time I met Shaw Han and he was talking to me, and I felt like Ron Swanson in that clip where he's like, I know more than you.
Yeah. At Home Depot or whatever.
And then this dude just walking around, I was like, man, I hope to go to the Dreaming City one day, and he's wearing the raid pants, the Last Wish raid pants, and I was like, would you get those from Wish.com? Get out of here. Get out of my face.
Those are used, right? You got those on like a fucking swap meet in the tower.
Got that at Tower Craigslist. Get out. Get out of my face.
It's like
Kill
people
the
who
word god.
It's like people who buy like, Vietnam era army fatigues and stuff like that. And then pretend. That is one of the challenges, like one of the ongoing challenges in Destiny though, is we've killed gods, and then somehow there's like a random fallen captain who's like, I can beat you. It's like, really? And you know what I've done? Yeah. It's like the scale of
I've
things.
slayed gods, but I trip over a pebble and I die.
Oh, I feel like that every time I get killed, punched to death by a thrall somehow. It's just like, come on.
Or I get bungoed from just physics
Yeah.
and geometry. I only killed a worm god, but hey, that rock was coming at me at Mach 1.
Being a god killer and clumsy apparently are not mutually exclusive, though.
It's almost more fitting because I main a Titan.
Yeah.
Punch. Titan punch.
So that's what we got Sean to start with, Titan class. Because it's kind of like, if in doubt, just punch it. That's like 30% of your life as a Titan anyway, so you might as well get used to that.
Titan's a great class. I remember the first class I ever made was a Warlock, and then I jumped, and I was like, nope.
Well, when I started back in Destiny 1, Rumpo and Dusty had already been playing before me, and they were both hunters, but I started as a Titan as well, for the same reason. Like, it's the easiest one to kind of get started with. The jump's not awful, punchy punch.
I hate their blatant simpery for Bones of AO. I really do. Like, I hate it. Stompies are better than Bones of AO. By far. But no.
Hunters are a special breed. There are times when I, as a warlock, am running faster and more mobile than the hunters, and I say nothing though because it hurts their ego.
I run faster than you. It's like I can, and then and it's the same with the Titan skating.
I know. The only thing that hunters can do is they can fall off a ledge and jump back up it. As a warlock, you can't really do that. If you go off the ledge, that's pretty much it.
No, same with the Titan.
Yeah, Titan has a tiny bit of upwards boost, but tiny.
See, the big thing I dislike about the Warlock jump is like if I'm coming down for some reason, like when I hit the jump button, it like sends me down.
Yeah.
That's the part I hate. Like when I'm jumping and all of a sudden it's like you're jumping and then you're just nope, you're coming down at an angle, and I was like, oh crap, okay, I'm dead. I had a realization the other day, and I realized, and I was like, wow, most of my Titan exotics are worthless.
It's the same for me on the Warlock. I used like 2 or 3 of them ever.
I mean, that's the only true feasible Titan exotics. Curse of the Falling Star is really good. It's just flat 20% to Code of the Missile. I mean,
yeah.
Thank you, Bungie.
Is that one of the Lost Sector ones?
Yeah, it is. It's so nice. You do so much damage. You just become the fist.
Yeah.
What's another one? I like running Armamentarium for the double grenade.
Yeah, I used to, I don't remember when, but I used to do that. Actually, there was a time during Garden of Salvation that was it that piece that was really good? Because it helped with machine gun reloads or something? Or
Oh, that was Actium Warreg.
Actium, thank you. I always get those two confused.
Yeah, Actium.
Actium was good for that.
Actium Warreg and Sweet Business. That's my favorite gun in the game, period.
Like, so many exotics are, like, super situational, you know? Like, this is really good for that scenario. I don't know if the Warlock really has... I mean, there's the... Phoenix... Not Phoenix, Lunafaction.
Lunafactions are nice. I really like the Boots of Assembler.
I don't have those. I want those. Are those the support ones, kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate having to solo Lost Sector. It's such a fucking frustrating piece of work.
Yeah, that's why I don't do the Legend one. I only do the Master one, and I only do it. And I will only do it for certain Lost Sectors.
Yeah.
Like my favorite one is Velas Labyrinth in the Cosmodrome. I got that one down to a T. I can finish Velas Labyrinth in about 4 minutes. Maybe less if I'm really lucky on ad placement. I got that one down.
Tried that one.
That one's good. And Anarchy has just made everything so trivial.
Yeah, I don't have Anarchy, and I won't be able to get it until they nerf it, or did nerf it already. I don't remember.
I think they're going to nerf it at the beginning of the season, next season. And I hope they don't nerf it too bad, because it's not, I wouldn't say it's overpowered. It's just great because I can just throw 2 on a big dude and then just shoot him with another gun.
Yeah.
It's just extra damage, and it's nice.
I don't like it when they try to nerf this. It's like, it has its place. Like, it's not like you can use it everywhere.
No, I mean, this season especially because Breach and Clear makes it really, 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 really good. But once you take away Breach and Clear, it's still viable, but it's not as viable.
Yeah.
Breach and Clear is just stupid. Like, I'm gonna be sad when it's gone because it makes everything so easy.
Yeah, so I might, I don't know if I'll do some more Lost Sectors. Probably not. See, my thing's been like, I play Destiny now maybe like once a week, maybe twice. Probably even less now because the weekly story stuff is over for the season.
The exotics I think you should definitely go for are, and the Warlock side, two off the top of my head. Well, one especially, Necrotic Grasps. I really think you should get those. They're really, really nice, especially when you're using Thorn.
Yeah.
Boots of the Assembler is fun because it just shoots little healing orbs everywhere, and pair that with Lumina and you keep everyone alive.
Yeah, that's kind of the... I do want that one. That's really the one that... that's the one that I'm most interested in.
The Battle Harness is nice for Warlocks. That one's really nice. And the other helmet, I haven't really gotten to use it, because then again, I don't really ever use Dawnblade. I always use Well if I'm running solar. So I didn't really bother with that one.
Well, let me see. Let me find the Lost Sector rotation thing.
It is. No, it's not updated on my widget yet.
Wait, they have Lost Sectors on there too?
Yeah, the widgets I have up are...
Where did I see that?
I have the Xur, the Lost Sectors, and the daily mods.
Okay.
My Lost Sectors are not updated yet, unfortunately. But I'm sure I can just go to Braytech and check.
A1 Logistics. That's old? Is that what you're saying?
I don't touch, I do not touch any Moon.
No, they're garbage. I tried them.
I hate them.
Yeah.
They're so hard.
It's terrible. What are we on today? July 9th?
It's the empty tank and K1 Logistics.
Okay, so my widgets are So the empty tank, but is that the master one or legendary?
Master is the empty tank. That's the club one next to Spider. In the
Master is easier, right?
I think so. Maybe Legend.
No, I guess Legend is easier.
I think Legend's the easier one. Yeah, Legend's the easier one.
And I would want
it's
legs.
K1 Logistics, and it's arms today. So tomorrow should be legs.
No, tomorrow's
maybe
chest.
Not.
Legs is on the 12th.
Tomorrow will be chest or helmet. Okay.
Tomorrow is chest, and day after is helmet, and then legs.
Yeah.
Which is the lost sector with the frames?
It's like E115 bunker or something, E15 bunker.
Okay, bunker E15.
I think is what it is. That one's fun. I like that one. That one's not too bad.
August 9th is when it's bunker E15 and legs.
Velos Labyrinth is an easy one too.
Velos, yeah, that one's not back until the 20th for legs, though. This is just too much planning.
That's why I just check it every day.
Yeah.
There's a couple on EDZ that are pretty easy.
I would also be much more inclined to do it if it was a guaranteed drop. At least the first time, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I am not a big fan anymore of doing something difficult to maybe get something I want.
Yeah, I get it. I might pick up that 6 Coyote, though. That's pretty good. Rest of them I don't really care for. I don't use Wings of Sacred Dawn. I don't care for that exotic. My Armamentarium is better than this one.
I feel like my flight tracking for this flight is broken because it keeps counting the distance to next up. I think it's because we skipped some things, so it hasn't... Yeah, that's what it is. I was like, why is the estimated time flight like... That's better. I was like, why does the estimated time to destination keep going up? About 27 minutes to our destination.
Very nice, very nice.
Should have a quick look at our arrival and altitudes and such. We want to be at 3,000 feet at Nax. So, Eurosea 13,000. Just consult the MCDU and see if we have those constraints in here. We should. Yeah, flight level 130. Guffey 6,000, Nax 3,000. Okay, good. So to get to 13,000 feet, actually I want to see if I can use the TOD calculator. Current altitude. Target altitude of 13,000. Start your descent about 75 nautical miles before target, so 75 nautical miles before Eurosea. That's 25, 37. Okay, at Capley. That's our goal, is at Capley is when we will start descending. And sort of setting up for our descent, and then we'll get weather information, and we'll get the approach all, like, because if we provide it with all that information, we have a better chance at having a successful auto land. Like, if we configure everything, we tell it about the weather and the wind and all that stuff. I think that's all the things that it needs for a successful auto land.
Yeah.
So Capley is one waypoint after the one we're currently headed towards.
Very nice. Very nice.
gonna go look out the left wing for a while.
Have you done any raids lately?
We did last week. Did we do one last week? We've done a few, like probably 5 now.
Very nice.
This season. I mean, I've got the full set of armor, and I've got pretty much anything worthwhile except for Mythic class, of course.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten that. I don't know how many times I've run. Actually, hold on, let me look. How many times have I run Vault?
I love all the tools for this stuff, right? Like, Raid Report is a great,
Yeah.
great thing. Oh, it's got rank. My rank is Gold 4 for full clears. Interesting.
I've run
Wait, this
Vault
is
16 times.
Why does it have... I've only done it 5 times.
I've run it 16 times, still don't have Vex.
I don't know why it has some like non-cleared ones. That's not true. I've always... Oh, because we did some checkpoint stuff at the end. We farmed the Templar a couple times. That's why. It's treating that as a fail or as an incomplete.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to the red
No.
dots. Apparently
So
I've
I've
done
got-
the Leviathan 11 times.
I've done 5 clears, but I've run it more than 5 times. Looks like I've done it 5 times from beginning to end, basically. 15 hours worth. Jesus.
Time, 1 day. Period. That's it. 1 day.
I've done Deepstone Crypt twice.
I have run Deepstone 4 times, but I've only ever ran the boss checkpoint.
And I ran Garden 5 times. I feel like
You got
I've
me there.
run
I've only
more
ran it
than that.
twice.
2 Last Wishes. Well, that's also not true. I've run it more than... No, actually, just twice might be true. Crown 3 times. Scourge 5. Spire twice. Eater twice. Leviathan 8. I miss... Like, raids are kind of my favorite activity. The Vault of Glass, because it's so easy, I don't know. It's not a lot of fun.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it either. It's just that I feel like I get it to some point. I get like, I could have been doing something different for these 2 hours, and I think that's where it gets me.
For me, it depends on the group that I'm with, because I was running it with one group, and we were on Atheon for like almost 2 hours, just because everyone was kind of screwing around. To the point where I had to tap out, because it was like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, okay, guys, I'm done. I
Yeah.
gotta go to bed. I've only run Last Wish once, and I got 1,000 voices to drop, so I probably never have to run Last Wish again.
Oh yeah, Rumpo got it on his first run, first and only run.
Yeah, the only time I've ever run Eater of Worlds was with you guys.
Yeah, I ran all the
I think
raids.
most of my
to get the
Leviathan clears were with you guys too.
Probably. Have you looked into the Master Vault of Glass? I don't actually know what the difference is.
It's
Is
a
it
lot
just
harder.
Is it just a power level thing?
Yeah, it's like 1350,
See, I hate that.
and there's more champions.
Yeah. I just hate that because 13, like, whenever they go that high, I'm 13... 1330 something.
I think I'm 1338. But I don't really have any desire to run Master because, well, one, I don't like the ship. I think the ship is ugly.
I would like to have
And-
those time-lost weapons, same with like Grandmaster Nightfalls, but the thing is, in order to get to a high enough level, I have to... Oh yeah, I'm not wearing... I'm 1331 or something like that. I can't tell because I'm wearing some stupid
Oh, you're wearing the Solstice ship?
Solstice stuff, yeah. You can just see. But yeah, the problem is that the only way to now gain levels, gain power, is through the artifact, right? And that's just, it's just a grind. Like it's grinding kind of boring things, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm plus 12 there, so I'm 1332.
I'm okay with the raid being super hard. Like, I am perfectly okay with there being content that I'm just not able to do.
I'm not. Because...
I'm okay with it.
Because, okay, well, I'm okay with it if it's a skill thing. In a way, where I can just say, I'm just not good enough to do this. But in this, I could totally do that if I choose to invest like another 80 hours of just doing really boring, monotonous stuff until my level is appropriately high. So it's, I mean, I don't stress out about it, and I'm not as upset about it anymore as I used to be. I just get to the point whenever somebody says, should we do this, or I really want to do Grandmaster Nightfall, it's like, okay, but I unfortunately will not be that guy. Because...
Oh shit, I'll do GMs with you.
But... Those are like 1350.
You're a Warlock too, all you gotta do is run stasis with the little stasis turret and Wither Horde, you're good. It's a walk in the park.
Well, Rumpo and I were never successful before.
The Bleak Watcher for the Warlock is a godsend in GM.
I don't think I have... That's an aspect, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I have that.
I would definitely consider getting it. Because it's really good, and it's great for locking down enemies.
Yeah. See, I mean, there are a bunch more strategies involved with Grandmasters and stuff like that. And same with the soloing the lost sectors. Like, you got to use the right tools and setup and stuff. And
yeah. Again,
a lot of it for me, honestly, comes down to if there was a guaranteed reward at the end of it, I would be more willing to do it. These days, I feel like I've gotten like a bit of an old grumpy Destiny player attitude, which is like, I just don't want to put forth the effort required to do this, because the effort required to do it outweighs...
I run it like 4 or 5 times, and if I don't get it, I'm just like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, back to the...
lucky in my last couple.
I'm going to
second one, it dropped.
descend to 13,000.
Alright.
So throttle goes to idle. We're in open descent to 13,000 feet.
I do like this plane.
It gets so quiet when you start descending because like the throttle's way down and
it's kind of creepy.
Yeah. Let me have a look and see what we can configure. See, it actually says on the MCTU, it's like enter destination data. It's like, yeah, we've already done the destination data.
Good.
We do want to set our approach settings though. So we're going to go back to request the weather this time for, I guess this is going to give us the weather for all 3 airports. So we'll do that. It actually takes like a minute. We wait now for a message on the upper ECAM to say company message.
Do I hit the all calls button?
Not yet. You can. I don't think it's going to do anything at this point though. You have to do that like really close to landing for some reason. Because it's not for the passengers, it's for the crew. You know, it's like whenever the crew starts taking their seat, that's when we do that. So it's like just before.
Yeah, that's true. There's still time.
Final approach. Oh yeah, I mean, we have what, another 20 minutes probably before we actually get to the ground.
Yeah. But man, if you want to run shit in Destiny, just let me know. I'll run stuff with you.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. We have our printout. So we are going to enter in QNH is 1011. Our temperatures are, and I always have to verify this because I suck at reading that. Okay, I did have it right. 16 degrees. Wind is we have few clouds at 5,000, scatter clouds at 8,000, broken at 15,000. So we get a couple of cloud layers. Winds are 160 at 9. Transition altitude, we'll just assume it's going to be 18,000. And our minimums, for an ILS category 3 or 2, decision altitude 182. It will be a full flaps landing, so that's all configured now for our actual landing. So we need to do now, we just descend and we wait until we get over to our approach. So what do we have it set to now? 13,000 right now. After 13,000 we'll go down to 6,000 and then we'll go to 3,000. And 3,000 is also when we capture the glide slope. So pretty easy step downs, 13, 6, and 3.
Beauty.
So much of this stuff works so much more smoothly when the approach and the arrival are like fairly straightforward. You know, there's nothing weird about it. The thing that's really nice about this airplane is that it controls its speed so well. Like, it automatically follows the 10,000 foot speed restriction, and after that we can very easily like slow down if we choose to. Even though, because it's all programmed in, it already knows that. All we really need to do is apply flaps at the right moments, and like I said, it can literally land itself. We'll see if we get to do that or not.
I hope so. I'd like to see that.
Me too. Less work.
So, got anything fun planned for tomorrow?
I have to put some details in place. I have a plan. As to,
I hope that everyone knows that I genuinely don't mind if they continue.
No,
I
I
really
know.
don't.
I know. It does line up well because
I got stuff that I can go and do. I can go to that camp. I can go back and see Thurman. I can do all kinds of stuff. I got excuses.
Yeah. No, I know. I do want to give Scanner the opportunity because he's been wanting to run a small game for a while. And honestly, I could use the couple-month break as well, so I don't mind that at all. The one thing we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to level everybody up, right? So we got to do that.
Yeah, that's right.
And I initially had a plan to do something, and then, you know, as always, things change, don't go as fast or go faster. So I think I have an idea now as to what I want to do. And we'll see how that goes tomorrow. I can never tell exactly how it's going to go.
That's a good thing.
It's part of the fun for me, to be quite honest.
How many times have you like completely scrap a plan because it didn't go?
Well, there's been a few times where I prepared something, you know, and then like there's a fork in the road, and I'm like, I've set up things for both sides, and I'm like, man, if they go left, it's really cool. And then you guys are like, I say we just go right. Let's just go right. Let's just do that. Let's not worry about the other thing. I'm like, fine.
Bummer.
I remember in the very beginning I set up like some kind of secret somewhere and you guys never found it, and I was like, I guess I can just save that for later.
Was that before me or during me?
I don't remember. Probably before.
So what do you think about, so do you think this is something that's going to be, this group is going to be like something that's maintained through time, do you think?
As the group or the characters?
Group. Characters, I imagine, are going to be probably coming to a close.
Yeah,
after
because
this whole thing.
Yeah, because it's actually, I think it's a lot. it's a lot easier and more fun to play lower level characters. So I agree with that. But it seems like, I mean, the group seems to work pretty well together, so I don't see why not. I certainly would be very much open to, when this campaign is finished, to doing a new, like, you know, brand new characters, new, like, level 2 or something characters, and because there are some really cool books that I liked going through some of the books. I would love to do a campaign in Matt Mercer's fucking universe. I forget what the book's called right now, based on the Critical Role thing, whatever that world is.
Does it not take place in the same continent, though, or same world that we're currently in?
No, it's
Oh.
a different one. Magic is slightly different there, so, you know, like, there are these other things that I think would be very cool to do and explore. But for those things, we really do need to start up, like, a new, you know, new characters,
yeah, I mean,
new
I'm
group,
down for
and
that.
stuff like
I've
that.
got a couple character ideas mulling around the old gray matter.
And I think that's really what it comes, in the end, it comes down to you players, right? Like, do you have an idea for another character? Are you interested in playing another character? I wouldn't want somebody to just play the same class again from scratch. Like, we don't need to have, like, a Valdemar 2.0 or a Silver 2.0. And
Can we make a rule next time? No monks. They're
well,
so
I think
overpowered.
JD already, I think he already said that. He was like, I'm never playing another monk again. But
They're just-
I also want to make some changes to the campaign in general. Like, if we start over, we start a new one, there will be no flanking because that rule is stupid. It's a dumb rule. I do not like it. A lot of
You don't like it from
DMs
the DM
actually.
aspect?
No, because generally it's a lot easier for players to flank than for enemies to flank.
Oh.
And it's just one more thing to take care of. I would much rather have some sort of custom rule where you can flank somebody, but it like requires, maybe it requires the reaction of the other player. You know, the player that is providing the flanking bonus needs to expense something to make that happen, in my opinion. You can't just, purely by being in that square, you're somehow helping out the other player. That it's too powerful, it's too annoying to keep track of.
What about like something along the lines of like you can acquire the flank buff if you forfeit half of your, or like 75% of your movement?
Well, either that or what's probably most likely, honestly works best, something that can be used out of turn, is the reaction, right? So if you
Oh,
stand on
okay,
the other
reaction
side
to
and
flank.
you want to, you know, basically flank, that uses your reaction to help out the other player. Like, to me, that kind of
That
makes sense.
No, yeah, that makes sense. I dig that.
Because then there is some cost associated with it. It's not just an automatic thing. Because we get to the point now where, you know, a lot of times it's like, I'm just going to step over here so that Greenbone can have advantage on his next attack. And it's like, I mean, that is the rule. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. And I'm not changing it halfway through a campaign. I would just never do that again on a fresh campaign.
Yeah, no, I get you. I just. This is no diss on JD. I can't believe how overpowered monks are. I can't.
I know.
Like, how is any of this okay? They can literally do everything.
Yeah, no, it's
How come
It's
he
a
gets
lot.
to understand all languages without anything stopping him, but I can't talk to animals whenever I want?
yeah, and there's very few. I'm just going to descend to 6,000 now.
Okay.
There's very few sort of weak points or weak spots that I can use, like, against him, right?
Yeah.
Occasionally there's one or two, but, you know, wisdom saves are high. He's got evasion for dex saves. He can make 4 punches. He can disengage for free. He can run like 180 feet if he wants to. He can re-roll things because of, it's also the combination of being a halfling, so they have some race abilities and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Oh, I know. I see you die inside every time he says, I'm going to use a key point.
well, that's it. The other thing too is, so one of the options initially was like, okay, I just got to make him waste all these key points somehow, right? But he's got a lot of them, 15 now,
Jesus.
and not only does he have a lot of them, but they also refresh on short rest, so it's not like they're gone for too long.
Oh, I see.
You can't be poisoned.
It's
just-
too good.
it's
It's
just a
literally
lot.
too good.
And I don't blame him. It's just, I mean, that is the way that that class and the race and everything is written. But the other thing I probably wouldn't do, like I did it because I thought it was cool, was giving you guys those feats. And I think in some cases they are cool. In some cases they get very much underused.
Yeah, like Sansa and I's, we don't really use ours all that often.
Whereas, you know, his feat is much more useful to him and sometimes, you know, applies effects to things he's punched. So I guess just there's a lot of things. Could you switch on the landing lights for us, please?
Yes. Aye, aye, Captain.
Landing data confirmed. Minimum set. Landing lights on. Ice protection as required.
Can you turn the wing lights on? No, those are ice lights.
Those are ice lights. We don't need those.
Okay.
That's all we need for now.
Cool. I'm gonna turn on seatbelts.
Yep.
Then I'm gonna use the all button.
You can. I don't think it's going to do anything beyond the... Yeah. Nothing yet.
Strap in. Yeah, I got a couple characters I was thinking about. I was thinking about a turtle barbarian. I haven't decided on a race, but honestly, I think playing a bard could be fun because I can be pretty sassy.
Yeah. Bards are really... I mean,
But
they're
I don't
pretty
really-
versatile.
But I've heard bards are kind of like
Oh!
it's
what does
hard
it
to
do?
make a good one. We descent too much?
No, it's shortcutted us to our approach waypoint, which is not really what I want. Let me see if I can fix. Okay. I fixed it. Let's see if it's going to... I think what it does is sometimes because we get close to the actual airport, it's like, oh, you got to go on your approach, so let me go direct to your approach point. Problem with this particular approach is that it would actually then require us to make a really awkward 180-degree turn. Like if we went direct to Nax, like it was trying to do, you know, it would then require us to turn directly around, which would be super awkward.
I see.
So I want to see if we're going to go back to Nax after this, or if we're going to go to Yohek.
Yeah, your loop is a lot different than mine.
Was that? Yeah, because I think that might have not changed when I went to the change to the direct here.
Yeah, my loop is on the opposite. It's the same degree of loop, but it's on the opposite side of where the route we're going.
It's done weird shit again. Now it's going direct to the runway, which we also don't want. I got to babysit it a little bit here.
Let's go.
I think it's because it's already detecting the localizer. That is a little unfortunate because it's like, oh, you're so close to the airport. Surely you just want to go now, right? It's like, no,
Yes.
not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet, please. You can give us flaps 1.
Flaps 1. Ugh. Well, I gotta zoom in a little bit. Flaps 1.
You think you? Once we get to this, close to this next waypoint, I will activate approach mode, which will hopefully then take us to Nax in like a nice turn, as opposed to this stupid hairpin turn that it would have made us do otherwise. Approach checklist is complete. Our landing checklist, just for your records, it contains the cabin crew advised, auto brake, and spoilers armed. We'll get to those. Flaps and, of course, gear.
Here now?
No, not yet. Not yet. does feel like it's doing something slightly weird. It says it's heading towards Yohik, but it's not actually. But
Really hope that when Aiden does his Cyberpunk campaign, he keeps me in the loop in DMs. Like
yeah.
asks me, he's like, "What decision would you make?" Yeah, I'll do this. That would make me very happy. It would give me something to look forward to on Saturdays when I'm doing whatever else.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No, I'm. Thank you for getting me involved in D&D. I didn't realize just how much fun I was missing out on.
Well, you're very welcome. It's been a really cool sort of experience. Still a little bit unhappy with the altitude here, so I'm going to.
We're about what, 4,800 now?
I'm just curious if it's going to make us turn here or not. Okay. To white.
Yep, looks like it. Looks like it's gonna be a nice turn.
It's not gonna be a nice turn. It's gonna be a bit of a tighter turn than I would have liked. I'm gonna apply a little bit of speed brake because I want to descend a bit. We need to be at 3,000 before we get to that waypoint so that we can capture the glide slope.
Oh, I see.
See,
I don't think we're gonna
it's
have
shortcutting this, so we're not going to have quite as nice of a long approach to it. That's my main concern with it. Speed brake really helps because it makes the aircraft, it forces it to pitch down more, which means we descend a bit faster. So it's a really good way to get it to like an altitude if we want to get closer. Force it down a bit. Okay, go flaps 2.
Flaps 2. Okay.
We can probably go gear down at this point.
Oh, that sounded cool.
You never heard that before.
I mean, I heard it on a real plane. I wasn't expecting it in this.
I know, it's awesome. That like explosion sound, I love it so much. I'm going to turn the terrain off on the ND because it just makes it a little bit too busy. It's pretty flat. There's no mountains in our way between us and the airport.
Let's see if it'll do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it goes.
Go full flaps.
Full flaps.
Perfect. We've got the localizer. Glide slope armed. That magenta triangle at like 131 or something, that's our approach speed, so we're already set properly for the approach speed. We've got the glide slope. We're on a Cat 3 single approach. We will find out about auto land when we get closer. Like it will change to that if it's able to. Check this real quick. Cabin crew is done. Auto throttle is auto brake as required. Arm the spoilers, please. The ground spoilers. Gear is down. Flaps are full. That was the one where you pull up on the speed brake.
Oh, okay. Arm it?
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay,
And then auto brake, medium.
Auto brake medium.
See, that's the one thing that doesn't work across the board. Okay, that one doesn't sync, but no big deal. We are perfectly positioned, I want to say.
Beautiful.
Everything is green on our ECAM and ICAS. Everything is looking good. We're on the glide slope. We're on the localizer. Yeah, we're all set. The only thing now to find out is whether or not is this going to let us auto land or whether or not I'm going to have to do some very minor landing stuff. There's not much of a difference between an auto land and a manual landing if you're on the, if you're all nicely configured like this.
As long as we don't Tokyo drift it.
No, this one's pretty easy. The DC-6, when I landed it yesterday, like that one, it likes to drift on the ground for some reason. Or at least I have trouble with it. I have trouble keeping it in a straight line. So this is apparently two airports, eh? Like one of them is the air base, I guess, on the right.
Oh. Is that the one? Oh, I see.
The left one is like the civilian airport. I think in the simulator they treat it as a single airport. There is a mod that splits them into two, but I didn't want to mess with that because sometimes custom scenery airports will mess with ILS approaches and stuff like that, and
I see.
I was like, let's not screw around with that.
Oh, there's a little pond skipper.
Mm.
One just off there above the horizon of our window. No, that's not a... It looked like one. Never mind, it's a building.
There may not be any auto land on this one. I don't know what the landing inhibit says. I don't know what that is or why. Pretty sure we have everything configured correctly here, but
500.
I guess I will be landing this. Nope, it's on land. Okay. Auto land is armed and engaged.
Okay.
300.
See how it says land in the PFD at the top?
Oh, it does, yeah, look at that.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard.
It's not
Retard.
nice.
Retard.
Turn the taxi light on the nose.
Yes, thank you. And let's do autopilot off. We'll take this high-speed exit. To stop.
One-way turn lights?
Yeah, you want to turn those on too. I guess they go along with taxi lights. Go. Flight director's off. We are on the ground. That was a nice landing.
That was beautiful.
Can clean up the flaps and the ground spoilers.
Okay.
Oh, the ground spoilers are automatically, I think. Yeah, they reset themselves because they automatically, when they're armed, they automatically deploy.
Oh, I did the wrong thing. I disarmed the speed brake.
That is what I meant. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Looks like terminals over by those planes there. I have a chart, but I never bother with looking at the chart for parking. We'll just go find ourselves a gate and see if we can actually get to a gate like last time, that we can actually get the gangway over and get people off the plane. But yeah, this plane's great to land. Like when the systems work well,
awesome.
it's really, really good. But you do have to kind of pay attention, because when it was trying to shortcut us there on the approach several times, it would have worked. The problem is we're coming in from the other direction, so we would have had to make a 180 turn, and that doesn't work out well with a fairly short approach, so...
Oh, no, yeah.
So it did seem like a fair bit safer to just force it back to do the proper arrival and approach procedure. I see some gates over there.
Please, please pull to a gate that doesn't have a plane.
I
On my
will.
screen.
I will ask you if there is a plane there before. So, like on the terminal over there, I see like in the middle. There's like 3 gates that are empty for me.
It's kind of hard to see on your stream. Majority of them look pretty clear.
Well, I'm gonna
Should be okay.
I'm gonna pick one, and when I point at it, if there is stuff in the way, you just tell me and I'll divert. Tell me if I should go left or right. I'm pointing at the one we're going for straight ahead now.
Yeah, straight ahead, we're good.
Okay, we'll take that gate. Looks like this is
Slow
gate
down.
15. Yeah.
Yeah, this is perfect.
This guy really wants us to get close.
Let me know when you want me to do parking brake.
Almost. Set parking brake, please.
Set.
Perfect. And let me get the gates and
I'm gonna
stuff. You can turn off
turn off the
lights. Yeah. The jetway, we will get catering and baggage. And it's all happening outside.
Just turning off all the lights.
Cool. Leave the engines on, because otherwise the simulator always
Yeah, I'm not
kicks
gonna
us
touch
into
the
main
engines. I'm
menu.
gonna wait.
Well, actually,
Is
I
the
can turn
gangway
the...
going?
Yeah,
Let me know when the door's open. I'll turn the seatbelt off.
it's open, I think. I'm on the wrong side of it, but you can definitely turn the seatbelt signs off. As if anybody's still sitting. I mean...
Yeah, I know. Let's be real.
They've
Let's-
been
let's-
standing
let's-
for the
let's be
last 10
honest.
minutes. There's people already holding their fucking bags. That was, I would almost say that was like a perfect flight.
That was.
Minor hiccup with that approach thing, but we saw it and we adjusted for it. Like, that's really all you can do.
That breezeway is positioned perfectly.
Yeah. They always, they never, like, unload cargo. They always load cargo into the airplane. But...
More.
Yeah.
Well, looks like we're getting the food.
Alright, I'm going to turn... So you got all the lights off already. I'm going to shut the engines off. And that will tell us if we want to go to the main menu, and I say no. There we go.
Continue.
Technically, we would actually, before we would have done this, we would have turned the APU back on, right? So that we have... Still have power to the airplane. Because I think right now, if we look, yeah, everything is basically off in the cockpit. Which we wouldn't want yet, of course. But, I mean, we are in a simulator, and we're done with this, and we're done with the stream. I think that was a really cool landing, so...
It's so quiet in here now.
I'm going to end the stream.